interesting.
Exactly. Yeah, you got to have the notes here, guy. Welcome back to Bay Sunday. Navigating the publishing world can be a daunting task. For some, it's just too much, and sadly, a lot of literary work never gets in the public's hands. But times are changing, and one man wants to make sure every would-be writer out there gets a fair shot. So he wrote a book on how to do it all, simply named APE. APE, author, publisher, entrepreneur, how to publish a book. Please welcome co-author Guy Kawaski. How are you?
Thank you for having me.
Well, we were talking off camera, but I guess the whole premise behind the book was you were trying to write one and said, boy, this is tough.
I wrote a book called What the Plus about Google Plus, and I found it extremely difficult, idiosyncratic, complex, confusing, you name it. It's not so true for novelists, but if you're a nonfiction writer in particular, if you want tables and pictures and captions and bulleted lists, self-publishing is a challenge. And so because of the challenge that I encountered, I thought I would help others to navigate this mess.
And how's it going?
It's going very well.
People are picking it up. I've read some of the reviews. Let me read one. One of the reviews I thought was good.
Don't make me blush.
Warning, don't read this book in bed. You'll keep hopping up to take action.
Well, so, that could be taken many ways, but
that's true. That's a different kind of book. We won't go there. But I think what people are finding, you really kind of hit into a soft spot for a lot of folks that, what do we do? And your book has been a goldmine for them.
Well, I think the premise of my book is that it's not simply a matter of writing. It's not simply a matter of converting your document into a book format. It's also a big, big challenge is marketing. So the APE stands for author, publisher, entrepreneur, because you have to write the book, you have to publish the book, and then you have to entrepreneur the book. You have to sell it and market it. And arguably, that's the hardest stage, because most authors are either not familiar with marketing or they detest marketing.
Right. They do stuff like this.
Yeah, exactly, right. And the key is that once you finish your book, it's not going to just sell.
It's not done. Yeah,
you have
can't
to push it out.
Exactly. You got to let the. So how do you market it?
Well, luckily, we live in a time of social media. So with Google Plus and Pinterest and Twitter and Facebook, you can develop a following. One of the most important pieces I have of advice in the book is that you can't start the marketing process when you're done with the book. The day you start writing your book is the day you should start building your marketing platform, because you're going to need it 9 months from now, and it takes 9 months.
Wow.
I use the analogy of pregnancy. When you first get pregnant...
I love this quote. Go ahead.
So when you first get pregnant, you start nesting, right? You buy cribs and clothes and diapers and nipples and pumps. And I mean, you buy everything, right? You don't wait till your baby's born.
Right.
So that's the same thing with a book. Not that I've ever given birth, but I think that pushing out a book is like pushing out a baby, and you have to have nested before.
Well, I think your quote was, it's like giving birth, don't give up, keep pushing.
Keep pushing.
Every day.
So maybe my book will be the epidurals.
Maybe that's the next book.
Yes, yes.
Keep pushing. So you call it artisanal?
Artisanal.
Artisanal publishing.
Yeah, the reason why I call it artisanal publishing is because self-publishing, and in particular vanity publishing, those terms have a stigma. It used to stand for people who were not good enough to be published by a traditional publisher. So the only thing they could do in an act of desperation was self-publish. And I think that's wrong today, that self-publishers arguably are leading the publishing business. And so I thought of a better term, at least I think it's a better term, called artisanal publishing, where you're controlling it, just like an artisanal baker, artisanal brewer.
You take it from point A to point B,
and you control everything.
You bake it, you cook it, you sell it.
Right. Good news, bad news, right? You control everything. Bad news is you're responsible for everything.
You got to sell it too. Well, we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
All the best. Thank you so much, Guy. If you'd like more information, please log on to apethebook.com. There it is. Back with more Bay Sunday right after the break. Good luck.